Toys and Game, Comic Book Collector, and Festu. Welcome to the top 10 highest CGC comic books sold on eBay for the week of November 30th to December 6th. Come number 10, All Select Comic Issue 1. This is produced by Tommy Comics. Created CGC 2.0. They have Captain America, Human Torch, and Namor on the cover. The asking the sold price was $8,499. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have 2.0 right here. And then this is the one that was just sold on eBay. Unfortunately, not too many data. Let's go over here. This one that was sold on eBay, and then the last one that was sold for $6,600. So that is an increase of $1,899. This was back in November 2024, and then the time before that was $5,931.55 back in May 2020. And let's do one more. And the time before that was back in August 2015 for $3,050. Coming number 9, Daredevil issue 1, very high grade, graded CGC 8.5. The book came out in 1964. Origin first appearance of Daredevil. This is the auction price. So for $8,544.44 with 45 bits. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 8.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as $26,400. So that's a decrease of $17,856. This is back in September 2021. Let's swing one over right here. And we have one sold for $23,400 back in April 2021. And then let's do one more right here. We have one sold for $22,800 back in November 2021. Come number 8, Avengers issue 1, high grade, first appearance on the Avengers team. This one came in 1963, grade CGC 7.5. Asking and sold price was $9,000. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 7.5 right here. And this book sold as high as $25,200. So that's a decrease of $16,200, which is back in February of 2022. And then we have a 7.5 signature right here. So for $24,000 back in April 2022. And then let's do one more right here. We have another 7.5 right here. So for $17,400 back in November 2021. Coming number 7, Batman issue 66, grade CGC 9.0, Golden Age Joker cover. This one came in 1951. Final auction price $9,501.76 with 73 bits. So let's go over to Go Collect. Over Go Collect, we have a 9.0 right here. And then this was the one that was just sold on eBay. And then the highest, this one was sold $13,210. So that is a drop of $3,780. And then let's go over here. And then let's go this right here. Okay, so this was the one that was just sold on eBay. And then one was sold for $12,600 back in June 2024. And then the highest one was $13,210 back in July of 2023. Coming number 6, X-Men issue 1, CZ 5.5. This one came in 1963. First appearance on the original X-Men and Magneto. Asking price was $12,750, but it's actually sold for $11,250. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 5.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as $26,400. So that's a decrease of $15,150. This is back in September of 2021. Let's swing one over. We have one sold for $25,200 back in August 2021. And then let's do one more. We have one sold for $19,200 back in September 2022. Come number 5, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, CGC 4.5. This one came out in 1963. Second appearance of Spider-Man. The asking price was $12,500, but it was sold for $11,750. So let's go over the heritage. Over heritage, we have a 4.5 right here. And this book sold as high as $17,400. So that's a decrease of $5,750. This is back in May of 2022. And then let's do one on the right. So for $16,800 back in January 2022. And then let's do one more right here. And one sold for $16,800 also back in August 2022. Come number 4, X-Men issue 1. This one came 1963, grade CGC 5.5. This one got 2 signatures, Lee and Trim, and also sketched by Trim also. The character right there on the bottom. This one sold for $14,500. So let's go over the heritage. Over heritage, unfortunately, we also have 1 signature by Stan Lee. This one sold for $15,600 back in November 2020. And then we have another 5.5, also just a Stan Lee signature. And this one sold for $13,800 back in November 2023. So can't really compare too much because these two don't have the signature and sketch by Trim there. Come number 3, Amazing Fantasy 15, graded CGC 3.0. This one is of a signature and also it's a restore label too, though. I'm not sure you can see the purple label and yellow label on top. This one, asking price was a little bit more than $23,000, but it's actually sold for $15,750. So let's go over to Heritage. Over heritage, yeah, we have a couple of signature, but only 1 signature and restore right here. And this one was sold for $5,258. So that is an increase of $10,492 back in March of 2016. If I remember correctly, though, I remember there was one that was a signature and restored so recently. So I actually did a little research, and then I remember there was one though. So there was one that was sold back in November 23rd for $27,000, and then this one recently sold for $15,750. And I thought that might be the same book, but they're not though. This one signature is right on the building, and then the signature right here is in the space or in the air. So not totally 2 different books there. So based on so back in November, $27,000, and then so now recently sold for $15,000, so that is a decrease of $11,250 there. Coming number 2, Incredible Hulk issue 1, grade CZ 4.5. This one came out in 1962. First appearance of Incredible Hulk. Asking the sold price was $18,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 4.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as $38,400. So that's a decrease of $19,900 back in January 2022. And then let's swing right here on the right. So for $26,400 back in June of 2023. And then let's do one more right here. We have one sold for $22,800 back in April 2025. Coming number 1, Marvel Mystery Comics issue 9, grade CZ 8.0. It's a restored copy. You can tell from the purple label there. This one came in 1940. Second Submariner cover, and it's sold for $19,900. So let's go over to the Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 8.0. This is a blue label, and blue label sold for $42,550 back in February 2004. And then we have an old label right here, and this one sold for $40,250 back in March of 2003. and this is the only comparison that we have. This is an 8.0 restore, and this one was sold for 14,400. So that's an increase of 5,500, and this was back in April of 2025 right here. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.